Oh shit, it's rolling. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys. There's a few things for this video. One, if you can't smoke legally, you shouldn't be playing airsoft. If you can't sign a waiver on your own, you shouldn't be playing airsoft. And that's personally how I feel. 16 is alright to buy it and use in your backyard or in a field that allows you to, but if you can't sign your own waiver to get into airsoft and playing at your field, you're too young. Okay, first note off the list. Second, do you even mod, bro? Yeah, I mod. Oh shit. Yeah, that let's just put this into perspective. This box right here is 2 layers, okay? 2 layers. And this doesn't have any replacement parts in it. This whole box is to take down an entire AEG. Just let that sink in. So if I need a box to take an entire AEG down, what is that saying? It's not simple, right? Exactly. Simplicity is key. Yeah. If I need more than one tool and more than one bit to do it, fuck you. You can do it simpler, and I know you can. But that gets me to my point. If you need more than, like, 3 tools max that are completely different, your guns are too complicated. And I say this with wholeheartedness. Like, that's why most people don't like AEGs. It's not simple. You can't take it down with a few tools. That's why I like and wish I would have gotten into Polar Stars. They're simple. You don't even have to take them down. If anything, you just gotta lube them every now and again, and it's plug and play. Now, this is where it gets really weird. I said 16 to 18-year-olds can play airsoft. But unless you're 18, you shouldn't be playing airsoft. In my opinion. And all those little 13-year-old kids, they shouldn't even be holding an airsoft gun. I had multiple experiences with this, and let's just say 3 things that set them apart. 1, their parents. Yeah, the parents are the problem, not the kid. Like, and then it's like, then it's 1, their legality in airsoft. They're technically kids, so you kind of have to put kid gloves on, if you will. Number 3, unless they're 18 and can't sign, that's even more sketchy, because then there's liability. And the parents are the worst of it. First, they should know that they shouldn't be letting their kids play airsoft in the beginning. Okay, because, yeah, some kids are mature, some kids aren't. And the ones that aren't mature do 3 annoying things. 1, touch your stuff without asking, and if it's broken, they won't fess up. Number 2, they're not of legal age, so you can't lay hands on them. Yeah, because some of these guns that people are bringing, that the kids are touching, are worth more than their life, in my opinion. If someone touches my DSG, I would literally, like, say, you better drop it or I'll snap your neck. That's how pissed off people get at this place. And another thing, why are you there? Are you trying to make them child soldiers? Are you going to ship them off to Afghan? Yeah, but anyway, that's my feelings on kids in airsoft. They can't sign a consent form of their own will. You probably shouldn't be there. Next thing, simplicity. Like I was talking about how they have, like, so few things, but you can make so much with it. If I had to carry this around every day of my life when I go airsofting or to a friend's house to help check on their guns, yeah, it's not simple at all. And truly, it's a sad thing that complex guns are killing airsoft, and when you only need a few things to make one work for an AEG, but you can't make it a one-tool or toolless design, come on. You all know you can do it. You just want to piss us off. And there was something else I was going to talk about. We got the kids in airsoft. We got teching because it's a bullshit thing. Oh yeah, if you're going to be a tech, we need in airsoft, we need certified techs. Plain and simple. Evike has been talking about it a lot on their YouTube channels, and I'm not going to lie. Having no liability, maybe some experience, but it really comes down to insurance and liability. There is none, because when you have a certificate, you have to get malpractice, something other like that, and liability insurance. With airsoft tech, it's harder because everyone has their own signature style, like I've been saying, on how to do certain things in their own way. And that's the thing, you can do one build 5 different ways, if you ask people. I'm not even kidding you, that's just how it is. Airsoft is build your own scoop of ice cream and make it yours. Really what it is. As long as you have an end goal in mind, you can make it whatever you want it to be. You could have a freaking full auto BB hose out of a M4 inner barrel and a soda bottle and a hose. That's just how crazy it is. And another thing that's killing airsoft and teching and everything is those reenactors or gun style likers. I'll admit, airsoft was made for that, to be as realistic as possible, but in the end, we're going from extreme realism to no practicability. And I've only found one gun that's been produced that I would say, if I were to produce it, this is how I would produce it. And that is Bingo Airsoft Works on AS5. And by God, Rudy, you did a good job. I would say that's the way we need to go with airsoft right now, is not focus on the players too much, but focus on the practicability of the gun and basically storage space. Yeah, some guns aren't practical because either they're way too fucking heavy. Well, you got little Timmy over there running around with a fucking MG gun and he can't even hold it for more than 5 seconds. I mean, yeah, that's a sad reality. Not everyone is as strong as me. And that's another thing. Plastic is innovation in of itself, but do it fucking bad? Classic Army, I know. Yeah, Classic Army with their Delta line, not Delta line, it was one of their newer ones that they were, like, saying for, like, $170 something. You get an upgraded gearbox, you get an under-mounted rail detacher for M203, and I'm like, okay. And that's what my first Classic Army gun was, that. Internals were great. Fucking body was horrendous. It was worse than a combat machine. And that's saying something. I like combat machines. Their finish is on point. That was like, it gave me shivers down my spine when I held it. And really, that's not their fault. It's our fault as the consumer. See, we want to push realism so far that some things don't equate to what we can use. And that's sad. You're making them do something that barely should be possible and make it a reality, and then we all sigh because it's not practical. No shit, Sherlock. Some of these guns shouldn't even be possible. And when does practicability become just something you throw out the door and say, yeah, you want this, here you go, pay me my money, I'm not guaranteeing you like it. And that's really what it is. Because I'll admit, there's little Timmy all the way down to fucking Milsom operators with a fucking MG minigun out of a fucking helicopter level, you know? There's gotta be a balance. And that's why I say, when you're going into airsoft, unless you have $2,000 to drop right on the spot, don't even bother. Just don't. $2,000 is, I would say, minimum to getting into the sport for an AEG. I'd say $5,000 is the best. You know? What can you do? And I'm sad to say it's everyone's fault. From little Timmy all the way up to the big guys. From the gun companies for them trying to hack us on licensing rights. I'd say, yeah, they deserve a cut because we're copying their stuff, but like, come on, Glock. Really? Really? Go to the source if you really wanted to stop shit. Everywhere else except for the US, getting Glocks. Now we just finally happen to get one? Come on. Fess up. You're a pussy and you didn't want to go outside the US. I'm sorry, but that's my stance on that. But in reality, there's no practical AEG. There's no practical AEG. I'm just going to say it out now. Unless you can fit 4 batteries, which one crane stock is done. Now, that's like a milestone. 4 batteries in an AEG. Let that sink in. Before, you could only do 1 to 2, maybe 3. 4 is a milestone in airsoft AEG world, for me at least. And that's got me thinking, where was this before? It's just surprising me, you know? And then, let's talk about field owners. Yeah, this has been on my mind a lot. Certain areas, certain fields are ridiculous. And I would say my indoor field that I play at, bless them to all my heart, I love them, I love the staff, but cheating. Little kids, sticky hands. And, just bullshit that goes on. Now, cheating. Here in the US, we do FPS. So easy, and their field is set at 350 with .2s, but you can go a little higher, okay? What they don't do is have mandatory tournament locks for HPA. Sad to say it's not there, and that's why I hate going there. Next is the player base itself. The arena, I would say 6-on-6 is the most. They put on like 48 versus 48 in this small tiny arena. Let that sink in. They make the angles of engagement impossible to do. Because A, you're either too close to do pre-firing for because we do the bang bang rule there, which in a perfect world you shouldn't have to in CQB if it's at 350 to 370 FPS with a .2. And that's just my feeling. Bang bang rules suck, but if it's like you're behind the fucker and you surrender them, like point blank, I would say, okay, I'll take that. But if you're like going to do like bang bang like this close, it's like, yeah, you should take it. But like, that's where the lines blur. Who shot first? Han Solo or that fucking bug? I don't know. I don't like Star Wars, but you get the idea. So it's like, who shot first? Bullshit calls, and it's like, is it worth it to fucking argue? No, it's not. Just walk away. And that's why we need no bang bang rule. It's called, if I shoot you, you're out. There's no in between. Who shot first? That's what matters. And some of these Polar Star guys, I'm not ragging on you, it's just some of you are fucking dicks. Let's be honest. Because if they don't tournament lock you, you're bound to cheat. It just takes a little turn of a knob or some shit, I don't know. And some of my teammates even say you're dicks too, because they know what